Welcome to your daily focus for May the 25th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you, Tilly, for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. And thank you. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Now we had a card fall out. Look at this, Three of Pentacles. We're making the plan. We're thinking things over. Well, I almost got like a stumbling block today. Like we might, you know, something might arise where it needs our attention. We have to redo something that we thought was done. We have to tweak the plan in some way. So give it the attention, and the focus it needs, or we will be giving it the attention and focus it needs. But he doesn't look very happy here, and watch that depression or that sadness, or especially if you forgot about a bill that was supposed to be paid, and now it's like, oh my gosh, now what am I going to do? And you're sitting there and you're trying to figure out your finances and how you're going to pay this bill, and letting it instead of being proactive and thinking about how am I going to move forward in this, what can I do, you start to think, oh, again, it's just every time I think I'm getting ahead, I'm actually two steps back, and things aren't working out the right way. And you get in this depressive state or the sad state. So be careful of that. I almost see, the facial expression here today on this card of not happy, not thrilled. And we've had a week of all kinds of energy in order to build us up and move us forward. So don't let the little things in life, those little things that we have to tweak, those little responsibilities, those obligations, those responsibilities, take away our happiness, take away our joy. Yes, we need to address them to a certain point, but don't start beating yourself up. Don't start thinking, well, it's just another sign that I can't go forward, because it's absolutely not that. Okay, if anything, it's probably, I think Venus squares, Venus opposes Saturn, sits across the skies from Saturn. And I don't think that happens till Saturday or Sunday, but we could start to feel that energy as they start to get closer to that exact moment. So don't, and since it's Venus, since it's one of the faster moving planets, it's not going to be there for long. So don't, take that piece of paper and throw it in the trash can. Don't make a little ball out of it and just throw it away and say, the heck with this all. Okay, don't throw in the towel. Know that it's just a little bump in the road. Know that you'll be able to get through this. And you will, even if that negativity does come in, there's positive that will quickly replace it again. So it's up to you to make sure that you're turning towards the positive, that you're not allowing it to suck the life out of you, for lack of a better term. We'll put that back in, and we'll see what the cards have to reveal about the energy for the 25th. Two of Pentacles, balance. There you go. We could feel like we are being pulled in different directions today. We could feel like we have to put our attention here, our focus here. We have a responsibility and an obligation there. It could be that our plates are full and it feels like a juggling act, trying to keep everybody happy and meeting everything. And where do we put our focus? Well, he's looking right up at the sky. So you put your focus, you put your attention, you put your belief, you put your faith in God, your angels, your spirit guides, in source, in that divine energy. And you say, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. Now, help me keep this going. Help me be strong through this. Show me how I can do this. Show me how I can master it. Two of Swords. Once again, I get the energy of we have to look within. We're blindfolded for a reason here. It's because we take in everything from the world, every commercial, every statement, what the neighbors have, what the neighbors are doing, what our friends are doing, what our friends have. And we start to think that if we get those things too, we'll be as happy as them because they're smiling when we see them. We don't know what happens behind closed doors, though. And there's decisions to make. And you're going to make the right decisions if you turn inward and be truthful and honest with yourself about what truly will make you happy, what will bring you joy. So we have a 2 and a 2. And the 8 of Swords. Blindfolded again. Here we're blindfolded. We're trapped. We can't see a way forward. We can't see a way out. This is the way it's got to be. We feel doomed. We feel like we're getting beaten up in some way. That we are limited on how we can move forward in a proactive way. When we first look at this, it looks pretty daunting. But if we look a little closer, we see our feet aren't bound. So let's start moving a little bit and kicking a little bit. And yeah, you're going to probably nick your foot, okay? On one of those swords, but you're going to realize it's a sword. You're going to be able to cut those ropes. And then once your hands are free, you're going to lift off that blindfold. And you're going to see that you weren't limited at all. In fact, those swords don't go behind you. And they're not even in the ground that far. So you could have probably kicked one over. And you turn around and you see that castle that you have been longing for, that dream, that goal, that desire, so close. So it's changing our perception. That's what today is about. Especially with the 2 of the Swords in the middle here, it's allowing ourselves to look within, of asking ourselves some tough questions. I think yesterday I gave you the 3 questions. So ask yourself those 3 questions. And in fact, I think they told, I don't know if I shared it with you yesterday, but you put it on a piece of paper, you take your currency, whatever your currency is, and you make it the same size. And you put that with your money. So every time you pull out your money, you see your 3 questions towards your true abundance, your true happiness, your true joy. And it keeps your focus, it keeps your energy going in the same direction. You don't get sidetracked as easily because it's constantly there, because it is a world where the monetary system drives it at times, many times, too often. So be truthful to yourself. What is abundance to you? It could be just having a beautiful flower garden in the back of your property, or it could be a flower box, or it could be family. It could be going after that career. It could be helping out that organization and helping other people. It could be about growing your spirituality. It could be finding that soulmate, or making that relationship that you're in the end all and be all. It could be about bringing happiness and joy to the world, or compassion and healing to the world. Or perhaps just to yourself. It could be having enough money in the bank to pay the bills without the stress. So what is true abundance to you? What is happiness to you? What is joy to you? And that's really what you have to look in, and you have to answer those questions for you. Of where do you want to go forward? How do you want to go forward? Who do you want to become? We are in new moon energy. And pretty soon, next week, we'll have the full moon energy. So the more we pay attention to where we are going this week, the more we see what hinders us, what slows us down. And that's this card. What slows us down? Or what makes us feel like we are juggling constantly? We're busy. We're constantly doing. instead of taking time for ourselves. Because rarely do we see one of those coins that we're trying to keep up in the air. The abundance is our own happiness, our own joy. Two of Swords. There's decisions to be made, and they're not probably easy decisions. But the more you look outward to where you're going to find your abundance, where you're going to find your happiness, the less your decision is going to be truthful and in alignment with your path of what you want to create, of who you want to become. So it's reaching out to new possibilities, new ways of doing things, reorganizing, tweaking something. And yes, like the Three of Pentacles there, we could just maybe take it and throw it in the garbage, but because we want a fresh piece of paper to start all over again, because we're going to come up with the idea. We're going to see the way forward. The clarity will come in. Get an affirmation card. So once again, and it has been for most of the week, it's about your abundance, your focus forward. But I think there's some decisions to be made, and I think it becomes more pressing today of where we haven't been putting our focus, where we haven't been putting our attention, that has needed our attention or focus. Something that we've kind of pushed on the back burner, and we've kind of hoped it would go away. Those kind of things can come into our focus today. And it might throw us off, or it might depress us, or it might make us feel sad or lonely. So don't allow those emotions to overtake you, okay? Please don't. Be proactive. Think outside the box. I think it's really thinking outside the box and looking within. Asking yourself what truly would make you happy. Not what the world says will make you happy, not what your friend says makes them happy, but what makes you happy. We have the Five of Earth. Five of Earth for our affirmation card. Alternative forms of abundance. The illusion of lack. Overlooked treasures. All is not as it seems, so this is a time to look again. A change in perception can bring into focus the results I sought. I just, I get goosebumps that it just goes so in alignment with all the decks, all the cards, each and every time. I am called to move away from poverty consciousness and open my eyes to the treasures before me that are suddenly illuminated. The illusion of wealth gives way to true abundance. There is no need to fear that the rug will be pulled out from under me. What we draw attention to grows. So I count my blessings and realize I have far more than I thought. I have come far in my quest for building up what I need, and even more opportunities for experiencing the abundance that awaits. And so yes, where you are putting your focus is what we bring in. I think Neptune was pretty strong this week, so even more so to pay attention to. The illusion of wealth gives way to true abundance. So the illusion of what will make me happy, once I ask myself some hard questions and come to some new resolutions of what I want to make me happy, what I feel I need to feel grounded and secure and loved. It may be completely different from your friend. So make sure you're not buying into somebody else's agenda. The illusion of wealth gives way to true abundance, because that's when you start moving in the right direction. When you're truthful to you. Let's get a beautiful animal card here. Tangled Wishes with the ladybug. Where is the ladybug? Ladybug is kind of long. Okay. Tangled wishes. Ask for assistance, healing, angels, path, manifest. Crying is all right in its own way while it lasts, but you have to stop sooner or later, and then you'll still have to decide what to do. So don't let that depressive energy weigh you down if it comes to you today. And chances are there'll be hints of it. And depending on how proactive you are, you may notice it or you may not notice it. But don't let it pull you down. It's a temporary energy, okay? The ladybug originated in Europe during the Middle Ages when insects were destroying the crops. Legend says the Catholic farmers prayed to the Virgin Mary for help, and it wasn't long before ladybugs appeared and ate the pests that were destroying the crops. The farmers referred to the bug as the beetles of Our Lady, with the red wings representing the Virgin Mary's cloak and the black spots her joys and sorrows. So the message with the ladybug is to let go, ask for help, and then accept that help. We receive messages frequently, but are often too stressed out or too contained within our own grief, or just too stubborn to see the messages between the worlds. Whether you have experienced a death, divorce, breakup, or just feel like you've lost your life purpose, it's so easy to get caught up in the negative. The smog only gets deeper and deeper the longer you allow yourself to sit within it. How do you get out of the smog? You sit, you just be. So many times when we are experiencing a loss, we are afraid of going within our own mind and actually grieving. And it's okay to grieve. It doesn't mean you're weak, it makes you human, and it's part of the healing process. It's also all right for you to seek assistance from those who can help. Know that angels, spirit guides, animal guides, and those here on this earthly plane are ready and willing to assist. You just have to make the first move. And just like Christmas lights, our life wishes can get to be tangled up in a mess. Step by step, with patience and perseverance, you can untangle your wishes into something actual and real. Life is good. Have faith that you can move forward. Your path may be a tangled mess now, but you have to believe. Because sitting there sulking in sadness won't help you get to where you want. It's time for you to dream. It's time for you to manifest your goals and be clear on your wishes. I think Ladybug summed it all up. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.